Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War raid stream, week 35, day 2, though obviously that is not the relevant thing that's happening today. The relevant thing is version 5.0. I still don't have the download for it on Steam yet. Hopefully we'll get in the next 10, 20, 30 minutes or so. However, we do have the changelog. The changelog is right over there. It's posted, the link right there. Actually, let me go pin it. Let me go pin it to the stream right now before I forget. Actually, let me pin it with a message. 5.0 changelog. There we go. Let me post it again. So it pins with the message of that. Pin message. Boom. There you go. But 5.0 changelog is now pinned to the stream. And yeah, let's go read it. Let's go read through it since we don't have an update. Do let me know, anyone who's on Steam, when we get the Steam version, so we can go and get into it. There's not too much probably that we'll be able to do immediately, but we'll go mention over everything at least. But anyways, hello Bill. Hello Isabel. Hello Robert. Hello Birdleaf. Hello Lemmy. Hello Curtis. Hello Sippleman. Hello Alexandre. Hello Michael. Hello DeCrail. Hello Bushka. Hello Sippleman. Hello Original. Hello, let's see who haven't I said hello to. No, I did finally get more codes from Salty. We got more codes after last stream at about like midnight last night. Hello Robert. Hello Michael. So we will have codes, 2 codes, a bigger code and a smaller code today, because obviously 5.0. Let's see. Hello Marcelo. Hello John. Oh no, Terran's World, or the Terran's bot thing is finally going to go down. Yeah, there's been a lot of third-party stuff that has come and gone over the years. That's really disappointing. I use that website so much. Do you know when it's going down? Because I might need to download like a ton of files. I'm actually not sure what a good alternative is to go get all the files from the game then. Because they made it a lot harder to actually get them from the game. So it was a lot easier just getting them from that website thingy. Well, it's going to be pretty disappointing. Because that's how we figure out a lot of things. And Gems of War database isn't as good for some of those things. That's still a good resource nonetheless. It was the original, technically. Well, not the original, but as original as ones that still exist are. Hello, Lestats. Actually, it's kind of funny. Gems of War database was almost made because the Gems of War's website version of the thing was so bad, and then it kind of kept getting features on top of it. It was kind of cool. Let's see. Will we ever do Tower of Doom now? You got a Granny Gems ad. That's funny. Hello, Steve. I've been seeing a lot of her ad on Gems of War stuff. Like every single Gems of War thing, she has a billion ads on. Hello, Gustavo. Hello, Stradium Cat. Hello, John. Hello, Durade. Hello, Time to Die. Hello, Churros. Hello, Optimus. Hello, Joseph. Happy 5.0 day. Hello, J-Dog. Oh, you just got your Titan Max. Nice. Yeah, you said yesterday you were only a level off. Congrats. Very nice. Finally got it max. And hello, Robert. Hello, everyone. Anyways. Patch notes. As you can see, it's pinned. Let me go and bring it up so we can go over it on stream as well. Let's see. Community, Gems of War database. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Come on. Type. Not Gems of War database. I mean, gemsofwar.com. To the Gems of the War. To the forum. Okay. And to the 5.0 updates. Dun, dun, dun. So, let's see. Let's see how far this goes down as far as the things. Let's see. What are the categories? Yeah, they're doing the Kingdom Weapon things. That was something they didn't make as much mention during their stream, but I was aware of those. And then they changed up the settings menu thing. They made mention of that on their stream. Oh, 2 new achievements. We haven't seen that yet. Some general ones and bug fixes. Anyways. So, let's start reading through this. Anyone on Steam version, do let me know when download link is available. Though I don't think there's too many things we can go over immediately. Most of these things won't be activated until most likely next Monday. I'm pretty sure it's not starting this week. Though there's a possibility it does. Who knows? But very likely would start the following week. Anyways, so the biggest thing that ends up coming in version 5.0 is the paywall. Campaigns are seasonal content that lasts for 10 weeks, each chapter lasting for 1 week, and will run alongside weekly events, meaning that you'll have to do it on top of everything else. Campaigns will be used to tell a story that players can follow as the campaign progresses. So they used to post lore on the forum every single week. They stopped doing this for quite some time, then did their own little storybook thing. And then after that storybook thing that Surian did, they never really did more with the weekly thingies, and now they will. They'll be adding it through two things. They'll be adding it through the campaign, and they'll be adding it through world lore events, which are going to be greatly increased compared to how they were before. Campaigns have 3 systems. More on that below. Tasks. These are 16 tasks that you do every single week. 2 of them are of the highest rarity, 4 of them are of the middle rarity, and 10 of them are of the lowest rarity. Campaign Pass, which is paywall, and Artifact, which is basically free stats. So, campaign tasks. I kind of already mentioned this, but there's 2 gold ones that give 15 stars, 4 silver that give 10, and the 10 of the lowest ones that give 3 stars for a total of 100 stars they can potentially get every single week for 1,000 total. However, with one of the campaign passes, you can actually get 1,200. More on that later. Let's see. Tasks are given 3 at a time, 1 for each rarity. So you basically are locked into whatever the task is. You can repick it for some amount of gems, and by repick, I mean instantly get it done. However, you have to complete whatever task shows up in order to get it done. However, every single player will have the same 16 tasks every single week in the exact same order, so I can actually cover a video going over it, which will be nice. We'll probably cover those on Wednesdays, so next week's Wednesday we'll probably start covering those because we need some amount of time to get them done. So either on Wednesday, Thursdays, sometime around that general time frame is likely when we'll cover a video going over the weekly campaign tasks, since every single person will have the same 16. So yeah, whatever I get, I'll be able to screenshot, mention them, and kind of just go over the strategy I use to get them done. And I would give people the weekend to go get it done as well, since the video would be way up before the weekends. Because you are allowed to do them at any point as well. You can wait literally like weeks until you do them. They're not restricted simply to the week that you get them, or to the day that you get them. You have a very long time. You basically have until the end of campaign, which lasts for 10 weeks. Obviously, you don't want to do all of them at the end, because some of them take more than one day with how they're set up, because they're time locked, basically requiring the next day to come. Like, for example, doing dungeons like 6 times requires 2 days and stuff like that. But yeah, generally you can wait like literal weeks to do them if you truly wanted to. If you had like a lot of free time, only like once a month for a weekend, you could technically get them all done then and be good to go for the most part. Anyways, where were we? All tasks activates are based on existing gameplay, so players can work on completing them during normal course of play, and some of them will get done automatically. However, quite a few of them you do have to go out of your way for in order to get them completed. Tasks can be skipped or completed by paying gems, which I mentioned. Bronze is 50 gems, silver is 100, and gold is 150. We tried to get them to lower these. Unfortunately, they did not, and it is so expensive to do that it's probably not even going to sink any gems, because people will very rarely bother repicking these at those kind of costs. It is pretty hefty cost, so do be wary of that. You should very rarely ever repick them unless you truly absolutely have to. Campaign Pass. Players earn rewards as they gain more stars, 10 stars for each reward. Most of the rewards are pretty small if you don't buy the pass, though, other than the every 100 reward, which ends up giving you extra stats off the artifact. But the free pass, this is the reward track that is free and available to all players in the game. The artifact level up, as I just mentioned, is every single 100 stars, and that's the main thing that you get from the free pass. Everything else is basically nothing. And then we have the elite pass. There's also another one, which I actually mentioned below. But these rewards require players to have purchase either an elite pass or elite pass plus. The rewards will contain some cosmetics and collectibles, as well as some rarer resources that players can use in the game, and also likely troops that are going to be content locked that you'll be able to get prior to anything else, which they actually don't mention here unless they changed it last minute before the previous preview. But there will be several pieces of content that you'll be able to get months early by buying these passes, unfortunately, which is the biggest controversy with them. Elite Pass Plus is also pretty controversial in itself. A basic rundown of this pass. Well, I guess I'll read through it. Why does it have so much text? Because it's a lot simpler to summarize than all this text. Let me see. Purchasing either Elite Pass Plus will give players access to Elite Pass, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, let me just summarize it, because I'm pretty sure all this just says the same thing. So you basically get an extra 20 stars per week, as it mentions here. This allows you to get content a little bit earlier. Starting after 5 weeks, you would get every single reward 1 whole week early, which means even compared to people who spend $10 on the normal pass, anyone who spends $25 on the Elite Pass Plus will get things a whole week earlier, starting from week 5 all the way to week 9. And yeah, so they're getting a whole week earlier on all those. It also gives you stats a whole week earlier, so you'll have higher stats for things like guild wars and such. So a lot of end-game guilds will probably almost, not necessarily require, but kind of encourage going for Elite Pass Plus, since it will help quite substantially in guild wars. And if you're going for bracket 1, because it can make the difference between several dozen stats in some cases for like the final few levels, so it definitely adds up. And you'll have like the mythic a whole week early and stuff like that, and if that's meta for Guild Wars, you'll be able to have a meta troop that's every other one else doesn't have yet. Other than that, you also get like a major purple orb and some other thing, but overall it's how do they have so much text explaining this? But yeah, if you've already got, here's one thing why, because it mentions some Elite Pass stuff. This I already kind of figured would be the case, but they do confirm it here. If you buy a pass, and you've already earned some of the rewards on the free track and purchase the Elite Pass or Elite Pass Plus, they will immediately receive all the rewards in the mail, which is something we already knew. So if you were skeptical on this pass and 10 weeks go by and you were like at the end of the week or end of the season, and it's like, oh, I kind of still want those rewards, you can just buy the pass at the end and still end up getting them all, even if you've already gotten them for the free. So it's basically how any battle pass system kind of works, where if you already did it off the free cycle, you could buy it still before the end of the current pass and still end up getting everything. And that's pretty much it. Oh, can you actually update? Let's see. Players who purchase the Elite Pass can always choose later in the campaign to upgrade to Elite Pass Plus. The upgrade cost will be is the difference in the cost between the Elite Pass and Elite Pass Plus. That's interesting. Players who purchase an Elite Pass Plus later in the campaign or upgrade later in the campaign will earn the bonus stars from any previous week. So you would actually get all those stars immediately. Interesting. Purchasing Elite Pass on week 5 of the campaign will immediately give you 100 stars, and yeah, so you basically have the whole week earlier thing. Anyways, as far as the artifact is concerned, it basically just gives you a bunch of additional stats, going up by some every single 100 stars, and basically just gets one upgrade per week, and this applies to everyone who's doing the free pass as well as the most useful thing that comes from doing it for free is specifically the artifact. However, if you go Elite Pass Plus, you will have the artifact upgrades a whole week earlier from week 5 to 9. Other than that, campaign reset. Once the campaign ends, the following will happen. Players are no longer able to complete tasks to progress in the campaign because it's done. Any uncollected rewards will send out in the mail, so you don't need to worry about accidentally forgetting to claim some. They'll do make sure to claim them immediately because some of them do take effect, like the artifact, for example. I don't think takes effect until you actually claim it. Artifacts will no longer apply any of their bonuses because the campaign's over. The campaign button will display a pop-up with no campaign is active. Kind of like how Guild Wars kind of has similar. And any Elite Pass or Elite Pass Plus subscription will end, obviously. There will be a 1 week break between campaigns. We'll just do some kind of other event. When the next campaign starts, players will start at the beginning, again, with 0 stars, obviously, and then you progress through to the next pass, essentially. Anyways, weekly event changes. With the introduction of campaigns, we will be running more world events. How fun. But don't worry, none of your other favorite weekly events are going away. Raid boss events will be joining invasions as a weekend event, which is something we already knew. In the future, as all kingdoms have now had a raid boss event. Tower of Doom will run in between campaigns, as I also mentioned, every single 11 weeks, essentially. Since they happen in between the campaigns, and may also make an appearance as a weekend event. Oh, that I didn't know. That's cool. So because Tower of Doom would have been a lot less active, they made it so it would also have one kind of in between. Yeah, PC doesn't have it yet. Do let me know if it gets the download. That's why we're reading through the patch notes right now. Last I checked, it did not have it. So I didn't check in the last like 10-20 minutes, so if anyone sees an update on Steam, do let me know. Anyways, let's keep reading. Guild Wars will continue to be every 4 weeks. However, it will now run at the same time as other events, unlike before, where it used to have its own exclusive week and not overlap with anything, which will make those weeks quite a bit more active than normal, since you'll have whatever the current event week stuff is on top of the Guild Wars. So that means you could have like a World Lore event while also having Guild Wars, while also having a weekend event. So that's going to be a lot of things in a potential week. So you could theoretically have a week where you have a Guild Wars on Monday, a World Lore event on Monday, both of those going through the entire week, a Bounty Hunter on Friday, and a new Mythic on Friday. Like, you could have all that combination within a single week, and you still have the campaign going. So that's like 5 things, gosh. Obviously, that'd be very rare whenever all those would coincide. However, that is theoretically possible next patch. So it's a lot of things going on at once. Very busy week if that ever does happen. Anyways, other than that, Kingdom weapon packs. So this is something in next patch. Kingdom weapon packs are now new purchasable packs that give new players a weapon and some resources to help them out in quests. No clue how much these cost. The packs contain the following rewards: a new weapon, which you'll be able to get at a later time in Soulforge if you already have done all the quest lines, which is the case for probably almost everyone watching this right now. A new weapon you get, which again you'll be able to Soulforge for 200 gems. This will be 23 gem keys on PS4. Why on earth is PS4 different? 20 epic ingots. Sorry, 36 epic ingots, 20,000 gold, and 5,000 souls. I'm not sure what there is on PS4 that has their policy different, but they have a few things that are kind of different on their platform. It's kind of weird. All kingdoms except for Broken Spire will have their own weapon available in the pack. So there are 33 new weapons. So the reason why Broken Spire doesn't is it actually already has one of them that they ended up giving out a while back. Broken Spire already had Axe Spire, yeah, that's what they just mentioned right there, in the starter pack, which fills a similar role to the weapons. So yes, that's already added. These weapons have been designed to help players deal more damage to enemies from that kingdom. What exactly they do, I do not recall. I think they were all to be determined when we look at the spoiler thing for the data mines and all that. Kingdom weapon packs will only be available to players who haven't completed the questline in the kingdom. So obviously you will not be able to get it if you already completed our questline, as I mentioned. The offer will replace the Explore button on the Kingdom pop-up menu. Keep in mind, this only replaces Explore prior to the Kingdom being finished, which you wouldn't even be able to do Explore at that point anyways. And then obviously transfers over to Explore after the fact and would not be able to buy the purchase anymore. Once a player has completed the questline, the offer will no longer be available and the Explore button will return. Players who do not purchase a weapon or have already completed all the quests will be able to get the weapons in one of two ways: craft a weapon during the Kingdom's weekly event, which is the ideal way of getting it, or purchase the weapon from a weapon flash offer for $5, which is not the optimal way of getting it. But you can get all of these for free for in-game resources by just doing them in Soulforge, and that is how I will be obtaining every single one of them. So don't expect a video on any of these prior, because I am waiting until they are free in Soulforge. I am not spending $5 for these things each, because if you add that up, that's like $150. So I'm just going to wait till they come in Soulforge. We'll get them for free with in-game resources. However, if you truly want to, every single time you saw a flash offer for one of these, you could buy them for $5. I will not be doing that for any of them. Especially since it's randomized and not the same for everyone. However, the things for kingdoms will be the same for everyone, so it'll be easier for me to go over, since everyone will have access to them at that point, whereas not everyone has the same weapon flash offers. Anyways, everything in setting menu help I could pretty much just ignore. If you want to read it, go ahead and read it. It's nothing too irrelevant. Anyways, new achievements. This is a little bit more relevant. So, these I actually have no clue about. These achievements are 5 new achievements, which is actually the most achievements we've ever gotten in one patch. These are for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Android only. So poor Apple users don't have any achievements apparently. Like literally every platform except it. Let's see. You just have to task. Complete your first task in any campaign. That's going to be super easy. The second campaign start, you'll be able to get that done. The journey begins. Get your first artifact to level 1. Also exceedingly easy. Quarter pounder. Complete 25 tasks in any campaign. That's super easy. You can get that done in 2 weeks. Hard Taskmaster completes 100 campaign tasks in a single campaign. That's also pretty easy. That can be completed after 7 weeks. After 7 weeks, you could get that completed without even having to do all of them. And the journey ends. Get your first artifact to level 10. This does require you to do every single one of the 160 campaign tasks, even though it doesn't specifically say the number 160. You would have to do every single task in order to get that final achievement. That should be pretty easy to do as well. However, it does require you to fully complete out the campaign to 100% completion at least once in order to get that achievement. So all of them are pretty straightforward, meaning over the course of a single campaign over 10 weeks, you would get every single one of those 10 achievements, with the first one coming immediately. The first one coming immediately. The second one coming on the first week. The third one coming on the second week. The fourth one coming on the 7th week, and the fifth one coming on the 10th week, on the final week. So yes, you'll be able to get all those at those points on week 1, on week 1, 1, 2, 7, 10 is what those come out to as far as where they are. 1, 1, 2, 7, 10. are the weeks that you'd be able to complete all of those achievements, and you'd be able to get them all done within the first 10 weeks of the very first campaign, assuming you've completed out. Anyway, some general changes. We changed troops with the boss troop type to now have a red border to separate them from regular troops. So now all troops like Zugov and everything else now have a red border. This will now also potentially allow them to add more troops that are under this category to player-owned troops, which is something would be pretty cool going into the future. However, there are no official news or announcements as far as when they'll be doing anything like that. But we'll have to wait and see. And other than that, we have changed the artifact weapons type to be renamed to relics, because the other thing is now called artifacts. So now the weapons are just called relics. And as far as bug fixes, we have also fixed the assortment of smaller issues, of which they named none of them. Good job. But anyways, also look at that like meter. Ooh, that's a juicy like meter right there. 0 likes. Actually, I'll refrain from liking as well. We'll go for 0 likes. Let's get that solid 0 likes. Everyone make sure to not like the 5.0 patch notes. But there's a link if you want to go read through anything else with it. Anyways, is it live now? Let me go download it if it is on Steam. Let me go see. But yes, as you can see, they pretty much only added campaigns, as you can tell from all that. Let's see, where's my thingy thing? Let me go see if we got an update. Where is... why won't it let me update? Give me update! Update? Let me go restart Steam. Does anyone have update on Steam? Oh, also, let me go close that thingy off. Let's see. Oh, I'll just leave it up for now. I don't want to hunt it down. Let me go log out, log back in. Log out. Log back in. Yeah, I'll go answer your question in a second. Sorry. I was focusing on reading change notes. I'll get to it in a second. Let me just relog back into Steam to see if we've got an update. Log in. No, I do not want to take your survey. All right, let's see. Do we have an update? Update? No update yet? No update? Or did it already download and I didn't even notice? I'll find out. If no update, then that's okay. We'll just have to do other stuff in the meantime. Anyways, let me go answer a bunch of questions. Let me see. What did I miss in the chat since then? Updates on Xbox right now. Nice. Let's see. Did we get the update? The easiest way to tell is go under here. No, we did not get it yet. Yeah, anyone on Steam get it yet? I don't see it on mine. I don't see it on mine. Let's see. Did you already say something about Terran, or the ending of Terran's world? When you could always see the spoilers. Yeah, they're going to be ending it. That's going to be very unfortunate. We won't have access to that site very soon. Not sure exactly when they're taking it down. But, yeah, it's not going to be up anymore. I need to find a new location to go get all the files. That or bug salty about them. Because I don't know how to properly data mine for them. Let's see. Regarding the faction Assault City of Thief, if you play it, you cannot go back to level 100 for your daily run. That is correct. Do not play it. Just completely ignore it just to make sure you don't accidentally... there's technically a way that you could use the battles to still get some points, but I would just avoid it. Just make sure not to do it. Because if you go further in the faction assault today during the event, it'll permanently be increased. So I would just refrain from doing it if you're currently camping level 20 for City of Thieves, just to make sure you don't accidentally increase it forever. Because once it gets increased, it'll forever be increased, and doing it for the event does indeed increase it. Let's see. So hello, Queen D. Hello, Robert. Hello, Bushka. Hello, T3. Hello, Kuwait. Can you complete all those achievements on the free campaign pass? Yes. Every single one of those achievements I just mentioned can be completed for free. None of the achievements are paywalled. You can still get all those achievements done without paying a cent. Yes, all those achievements are free. You wouldn't really get much reward for it along the way, but you would be able to get every single one of those 5 achievements without paying any money. That is correct. Let's see. Is 5.0 live? On some versions, yes. I still am not seeing it on Steam, though. Let's see. Common, rare, ultra rare, epic, legendary, mythic, and boss. I guess you could technically consider red as boss. I always called it Doom just because all the previous reds were colored Doom. But, I don't know what their technical proper name is. But they did make all the bosses red. But the red's original category were called Doom. So I'm not sure what reds are called these days. They never really officially mentioned it in the 5.0 notes, what red troops are actually called now. Let's see. With the way they talked in the dev stream last year, you were expecting a bit more out of 5.0. I was too, to be honest. Are these features that didn't make it still in the coming? Well, some of them probably are. We are obviously later this year likely still going to be getting the treasure hunt and arena rework. There is still likely, though it's mostly rumored, there is still likely a chance we will get a third category of area, probably a little bit closer to when Underworld gets done. So there is likely to be a third area. Currently we have, of course, Crystara and Underworld. However, a third area is likely to eventually be added because we only have about 1 more year worth of Underworld left, and they are likely going to have a replacement for when that happens. Obviously, they still have like a good year before they need to update that. However, sometime between now and then is likely to have that. We're obviously going to be getting 30 Kingdom Stars eventually, currently at 12 cap. None of them at 20 yet. Did I say 12? I meant 20. They're currently only up to 19. But that will probably be raised soon. We're probably going to get level 20 kingdom thingies. And other than that, we don't really know too much else what's going to be happening. But we know those things are probably all happening in next year. Getting these increased to 20. Or sorry, getting these increased to 30. Currently they go to 20. Getting these increased to 20. Currently they go to 15. And having an arena and treasure map rework. Also potentially a PvP rework. Those are some things that are likely to happen over the next year. Oh, and getting another area. Currently we have Crystara and Underworld, and getting a third area at some point. But as far as when we get them, and if any of them are fully definitive, don't really know. But those are some things that are likely to happen. Also, there's still a chance we get a Vault Key rework. There's something mentioned a while back. It's one of the reasons I'm even saving it. That is not what I meant to click on, fail. Well, I guess we're doing a treasure hunt. We might see a lot more of these soon because some of the tasks actually require you to go do treasure hunt whenever you end up getting them. But treasure hunt's pretty straightforward. Same strategy generally every single time. Just rush through it as quickly as you possibly can. However, if you end up getting a task where it tells you to go do 60, you do have to play a little bit differently, where you actually have to try to win. However, most of the time you're not actually trying to win. We are actually trying to do most of these times is get as many green chests as you possibly can. The reason why you want to aim for green chests is they maximize the amount of gold that you end up getting. Or sorry, not gold. I mean, it maximizes the amount of gems they end up getting, with of course the best thing out of treasure hunt actually being the gem rate. Oddly enough, treasure hunt has the highest gem rate in the entire game as far as things that you can infinitely farm for gems, which ends up making it pretty good. Very rarely is it really used for this, just because you can passively get so many gems through the game. However, it does theoretically have the quickest gem rate in the game for infinitely farmable things, because it averages about 1 gem per map and about 60 gems per hour, because a map takes about 1 minute. Anyways, I did not mean to click on that. But also they have this. Also, is that portrait broken? What on earth is that portrait? I know they have a file set up slightly weirdly sometimes, and it grabs it from the wrong location. I need to see what that portrait actually looks like. Does it actually look all graphically bugged as well? Let's see. Where is portraits? I want to see what this portrait looks like. Let's see. Yeah, it is bugged. Oh, that's funny. I wonder if anyone is actually using the bugged portrait right now. Probably not, because it costs $10. Let's see, does anyone in Global have the bugged portrait? Did anyone bother getting it? Talk in Global Chat 1 if you did. I want to see it in Global. I'm pretty sure almost no one has bought it, though. I'm not seeing any currently. Anyways. It's obviously not meant to be that. It's supposed to be something else. It's the missing no portrait, I know, right? So, hello, James. Hello, Electric Ghost. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, technically the remake of Dungeons was Delves. However, the actual dungeon game mode does need some revamping. They made mention that they might into the future, but never have yet. They're shutting it down on the 26th? Oh no! Okay, I need to go download 1 billion files on the 26th then, just to make sure I have all the good files that I may not have already downloaded. I'm going to be doing a lot of downloading the 20... Or actually, I should probably go do that tomorrow, just so I don't forget. I'm going to need to download like the entirety of Terran's World onto my other computer. Not onto my newer one, but the older one. I like keeping the files on there because that's where all of them are already organized on. But I'm going to have a lot of downloading to do. Because there's a lot of files there I want to make sure I have. Let's see. A dungeon pass, calling it now? No. They're not going to add a battle pass on top of a battle pass. Let's see. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Do let me know. Otherwise, we'll start getting into normal things. Because I don't think the patch is up yet. And even if it is, there isn't too many we can go over, things we can go over immediately, as far as things are concerned. Also, let me go hand out a small code. We did get finally a new batch of codes. I'll hand out a small code now. I'll hand out a bigger code a little bit later in the stream. Where is my code section? 1 second. There it is. Codes. Let's see. We'll grab a code and make sure it works underneath the code space. Waiting. There we go. It works! Yes, next batch does work. Let's see. Did she accidentally make the code some kind of bigger code? She's only done that once. One can hope. But here's the code. Yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by. 134 viewers. Definitely got to give a code to that. We'll have a bigger code a little bit later in the stream. This is the normal code we always have. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Standard code. But there you guys go. Make sure to go use that. With 134 people, it's probably going to go pretty quick. I think it only has a few hundred claims. So do make sure to get on that. Go to that link. Open in a new tab. Just put in your invite code, which can be found in your settings menu, whatever game says there. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters, starting with MD. And give same order as always, as I mentioned, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And we'll have another code a little bit later in the stream. Anyways, let's get done some dailies since the patch doesn't seem to be out. But if anyone sees a Steam download link, do let me know. Haven't seen it yet. I completely restarted Steam and still didn't see it, so I assume it's not yet. But it could be any minute now. I won't know since we're in game. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the Phoenicia build. Let's go with that. Every match 4 will cost you $1 or $20 value. This is definitely the paywall patch, that's for sure. Probably the most controversial patch in history, actually. The most controversial one prior to this was the visual update one of 2018. Or was it 2017? Yeah, I think it was the end of 2017, my bad. But that was the most controversial patch prior to this one. However, this one is by far the most controversial patch now that has ever existed. Because the main thing that they did with the pass, it added one of the worst features that is ever in any modern game, which is battle passes and paywalling stuff. So double horrible. But overall, the base game will still be fun. And they might make tweaks to it from all the backlash. I would sure hope so. Does purchases of passes contribute to VIP status? They should. However, I have not gotten 100% confirmation, but they should. I am like 99% certain that they should. They should count as the same amount of value as any amount of spending in the game does. I remember you saying there might be something some would quit. Was it the Battle Pass? Yes. It was particularly Elite Pass Plus. There's also going to do something else originally with the artifact that they ended up opting not to do, which would have been extremely unbalanced in the game. Luckily, they did revert that for just a stat system instead. But the artifacts were originally going to be way more powerful than they are currently, which would have made Elite Pass Plus even more broken. Now the only thing Elite Pass Plus does is it gives you content a whole week earlier than other people would have it. And now both the pass systems also give you content months earlier than anyone else would have it. So basically there's a few tiers of how the passes work now. So there's the free pass, which means you have to go wait months for additional content that everyone else gets earlier who pays money, as well as having to spend in-game resources to go and get them to quite a high degree unless they add better ways of obtaining them. Then there's the normal pass, which costs basically $1 a week, which gives you access to all these drops without having to wait months. And it gives it to you for free, or as far as in-game resources for free, it just costs money. Or, you know, as far as the in-game economy, it doesn't cost you any in-game resources, just the actually doing the tasks. And then there is the Elite Pass Plus, which not only gives you all those things months earlier, but it gives you a week earlier than all the people who paid $10 for the other pass, which basically just tears all the things with money as far as how much earlier you can get it. Where the free pass is months later, the normal pass is months earlier, and then the Elite Pass Plus is a whole week earlier than the months earlier that you're getting from the normal pass. I know, we'll throw that down. But yeah, that's the main controversial thing. I was assuming the stats would actually be more controversial, but with changes that they made, they ended up making the actual pass system the more controversial part by quite a large margin. Because obviously it got tweaked during beta. So I think that was their original intention to do it that way to begin with how the spoilers were set up on Terran's World. And the other ones were just placeholders. So, hello, Jonathan. Welcome. Also, hello, Corey G. Welcome as well. Can you break the record from last week? What was the record from last week? Oh, I'm pretty sure we're not going to break that record this stream. I'm not sure. We hit like 210 last week, or whatever it was. I'm not sure if we can hit 210. We're almost at 150. We're still going to have one big juicy code a little bit later as well. Would it be cool if we could beat that again? Hit over 200. Very rare that we do. I just greatly appreciate when you guys stop by. We stream every single night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Gems of War, if you guys are ever interested. And we also stream other games here and there. Mostly Animal Crossing at the moment, as far as occasional other games. Gosh, been too addicted to that game. I almost have 1,000 hours in that game, by the way. I was joking to a friend when it came out that I'll probably have like over 1,000 hours in the game. And then unironically, like 4 months later, I'm almost at 1,000 hours. I completely said that as a joke initially, but it actually turned out to be true. I knew that that game could rack up a lot of playtime. I just didn't realize it would rack up that much that quick. Though I did play like it excessively when it first came out, which I ended up doing most of the time. Anyways, let's go clear out the delves. Delves. So let's go do this with the Rowan team. I think we're just going to do a quick Rowan kill. You are allowed to use the standard Rowan team in this location, so I think that is exactly what we're going to do. So we'll grab Rowan, grab this, grab that, boom, we're good to go. Let's go over to games, go over to faction, and let's go get this done. So this is the best farming faction in the entire game. However, I've already maxed it out, so we will go and get ourselves an upgrade on it for the nice enchant and everything, and be good to go. Okay, let's start getting into it. So, what else do I need to change here? I currently have it set to Slayer, so let's go change that to not Slayer. Let's go change it to... Actually, what would be the strongest here? Probably just Titan. Because we need half mana to start. And there's no Elemental Hero class. So we'll just go to Titan. Because we can, we don't need immunity, so we'll go for the Elemental thing. Nothing is that's going to matter too much, but it will technically give our Wayne like a few extra damage over the course of a battle. Which adds up, I guess. So we'll just roll with this, and we should be able to quick kill everything pretty easily going through this. So let's start it up. Why don't you want to go far in City of Thieves? It is actually most optimal to keep City of Thieves at level 20 forever. The reason you want to do this is the best farming faction in the entire game by a very large margin. So if you haven't already gotten City of Thieves above 20, you should keep it at level 20 forever. And just keep farming it at level 20 forever. And never do this event that happens today. So do be careful of that if you're keeping it low. To make sure not to do the event today. But it is resource optimal to keep it at 20. So you can use it for your daily things. To get some really quick loot off of it. I personally don't bother. Because we've maxed out every single one. Obviously. But if you can keep your thing at level 20. This one. It is ideal to do so. As it is by far the best faction in the entire game for farming resources. Yeah, if you're at 40 or 50, it's still worth keeping it that low. Anything above 50, you might as well just keep going all the way. But if you're still like 50 or below on it, for 1 times multiplier, it's probably worth keeping it still at that as well. The main thing that makes it so good is it has really high multipliers. It has 3 guaranteed treasure rooms, and all 3 of those guaranteed treasure rooms are only 1 room away from the starting room, making it really good for gold farming because you can get a really good chance of getting Cedric as your second battle, which is the tied quickest you can get it from any delve, and there are 3 locations where you can end up getting it. All the way to the top here, all the way to the left, and all the way to the bottom. If you see a green room with a 2 on it, that potentially is the room that you want to, that you would get it from. Yes, if you've already completed out the delve, you can technically Phoenicia quick kill it. Phoenicia is available here, right? I believe she is. Or the 2 colors. Wait, can you use Phoenicia? No, I don't think you can use Phoenicia. Isn't she red, green, yellow? I don't think you can. That would actually be pretty nice if you could. I don't think you can use Phoenicia here. Because I believe restriction is blue-purple, and she doesn't use purple? Why do I think her colors is red, green, yellow? Or does it use purple and I forgot? I don't think it uses purple. Anyways, we'll check it in a moment. I don't think Phoenicia is usable here. Would definitely be very useful if she was. You just have to go for Hefty Rowan here. I believe is the stronger build. Yeah, you can use Rowan. You can't use Phoenicia, though. And that's what we're using right now is Rowan. Yes, I heard. Terran's World is, or Terran is quitting Gems of War. It's happening. Which is going to be unfortunate because that's the best website currently. It's the best third-party website we've probably ever had for the game. Not to diss Gems of War database. Gems of War database is amazing. But I personally find myself using Terran's World a lot more than I ever used Gems of War database. So we might need to start going back to Gems of War database. Because there might not be a Terran's World in about another week or so. Yeah, if you need to upscale Rowan, you just use Urskea Shield with Rowan. You can actually run it through the entirety of the Delve. Just replace out Mountain Crusher with Urskea Shield, which you get from 250 wins of Sentinel hero class, which you get from Urskea. And you're pretty much good to go. You can go through the entire Delve that way if you really wanted to. It's not advised, but you can. There are some better builds out there. But if you don't have too many options, it's a relatively cheap option that would work for it. Oh, there might be other people that end up taking over the project. That would be good then. Yeah, I sure hope that people still keep up with it. Because that'd be really disappointing to see that resource go away forever. Yeah, why is it good to keep a level 20 Delve? Mostly because this was something I mentioned in the beta all the way back before they even added Delves. And for whatever reason, they have yet to fix it during the beta or ever since, even though it has been brought to their attention a billion times. But, and they also made a change that they think they fixed it, but they didn't actually fix it. But they think they fixed it, so now they're never going to fix it because they think they already fixed it. But the basic problem is every single Delve gives you the exact same loot. So there is no point in ever going higher as far as your daily delves are concerned for claiming the loot from your daily delves. A level 20 delve at 1 times multiplier has the exact same loot as a level 500 delve at 1 times multiplier. There is absolutely no difference because once you have to keep repeating the level 500, you keep getting it at only 1 times rather than at 2 times, which doesn't make any sense at all. And yeah, you can just keep farming the 1 times 1 and never need to worry about ever getting less loot. You can instantly quick kill it and get the tied highest amount of loot. It's not the same as getting it 2 times, obviously. However, you can only claim the 2 times once. And then once you have every single kingdom to 500, you would never get 2 times again, other than during Tuesday events, which are always 2 times the entire duration. Which means I'm actually getting 2 times City of Thieves. So if you want to ever spend random gems onto a Delve event, now would actually be the time, even if you already had this place max, simply because it does give you a 2 times multiplier every single time for the really good loot here. That's one aspect that this place has. You'll notice every single time, even though we already have them upgraded, it shows a 2 times multiplier. But basically, the biggest issue with Delves is there's no point in doing any of them for your dailies that isn't a level 20 at 1 times multiplier, particularly City of Thieves because it's the most valuable, simply because of how much better the loot is there for how much quicker you can get it done. Well, technically it's the same loot, but it's done so much quicker. You can get the Delve done into full completion in like 5 minutes compared to a normal Delve, which would take you closer to 10 minutes, like if you're doing at 500 or something, maybe even longer than that. But they made it really unbalanced because they didn't make the higher Delves have any additional amount of loot at all once you constantly repeat them. And they also tried adding a fix to it where they add a default level 50 to every single Delve, but for whatever reason, they didn't make it level 20, they made it level 50, and they also made it a 0.5 times multiplier rather than a 1 times multiplier. And with those aspects, they made it completely pointless to bother doing that. Well, it's not completely pointless, but it's so much less loot compared to doing a level 20, so you might as well just camp a level 20. And that was the fix that they tried to add, that they think fixed it, but didn't fix it at all whatsoever. It almost reminds me when they tried to fix Sunspear and then completely nerfed it into Oblivion. It reminds me of that, except not as bad. Yeah, I've been mentioning that to them to years, and they still haven't made any change to it, including in the beta before it was ever even released. Because it was really obviously going to become a problem at some point, and it just increasingly becomes a problem as time goes on. I don't know. What was your last question, Supplement? I'm not sure. I'll throw that down. Oh, updates on Steam? Oh, we need to go get it then. Right in time for us completing out a floor. Let's go claim rewards. Ah, pure shards. Exactly what we want to see. Nice. Okay, let's go and update then. Hopefully I don't need to completely restart Steam. Do we have update? Let's see. I don't see an update. Can anyone else confirm? Do we have update on Steam? Let me go log out and log back in again. Let's try this again. Let's log out. Let me go back into Steam. Let's see. Put in my name. Put in the other name. Oh my gosh. This password's so long. Why did I make this the password? There we go. Okay. Oh, I see something downloading. Is that Gems of War? Is that Gems of War? I'm not sure. I restarted Steam. I didn't see an update go for it. I saw a update load. I'm not sure if it was Gems of War, though. Oh, it was Gems of War. It was just a really small download. It was only 15 megabytes or so. Yep. Okay, we should have an update. Yeah, that looks like a new screen to me. That first one there. Okay. Are we... Oh, yep, there it is. 5.0. We're in. It has begun. And yeah, as we kind of guessed, campaigns don't start till the 20th. A new campaign is coming soon, and the next one will begin in 5 days, 6 hours, and 6 minutes. Obviously on next week's Monday. So nothing we can do with that. However, let's see. Let's go see that shiny Zugoff rarity. Zugoff with red border! But there we go. Interesting. Yeah, that's what Zugoff looks like now. All red border-like. So now you can identify a boss troop with that. Except it's going to be slightly confusing because of Hero. Oh, then again, never mind. Hero will still have a teal border. It's just the card itself will have that red border. Yeah, at no point will Hero actually have that. Yeah, there's not really much to actually immediately do then. Because everything was basically focused into campaign. So, yeah, that's basically the only thing. Because we didn't get any rebalance either, surprisingly. I was actually really surprised by that. Not a single troop was rebalanced. Which I was kind of expecting for this. Also, they changed this thingy. We now have this called as, the artifact is now called Relic. So all these artifacts are now called Relics. Why do I feel like they forgot to change it on the hero class thing? What was the thing that had a Relic thingy? I forget what it's under. Here it is. Yeah, they forgot to change it! I knew they would! I knew they would forget to change this. Ah, good old Gems of War. I had a feeling they would forget to change this text. Actually, I probably should have mentioned that in the beta. When he tested some things initially, it didn't bother. I had a feeling they wouldn't remember to do this. But there's a there's text here that still says that it's called an artifact, whereas it actually means relic. I wonder if this even functions anymore. I'm pretty sure it still functions, but they forgot to change it to the word artifact. I mean, to the word relic. Let's go see. Does this actually work? What hero class is this? This is the Archmagus. Let's go see if this actually works. We'll get rid of this. Let's go get a relic in here. So currently it has... oh, I need to change the Archmagus. Where's my class? Where's my Archmagus? Archmagus, equip. Okay, so let me go see. So currently it has 36 life. Let's see what happens if we go into a battle. Will it have a 40 life? So if we go in here, it should show us 40. Where to go? Let's see. Did they just forget to change the name, or did they forget to change where it identifies to as well? Okay. So they just forgot to change its name, which is a text error. It does still function as normally. So it's a completely cosmetic bug, but they completely forgot to change the text. I had a feeling they would. Why would they remember to have quality control? Yeah. They forgot to change the text on this. They changed the name of artifacts to relics, but forgot to change the text of artifacts in the hero menu. What a fail. How to download the new patch? Completely restart Steam, and you should have it. If that doesn't work, completely restart your computer, and then restart Steam and as a result, and then hopefully it'll work. But I just simply restarted Steam and it worked. Just logged out of Steam, logged back in, and then it downloaded automatically. And if it doesn't automatically, check for updates after that if you don't have it set to automatic update. PC or mobile? I got the patch on PC. I'm not sure if mobile has it yet. I also heard that I think PlayStation 4 had it earlier. So I'm not sure the full list of platforms that have it, but Steam has it now for sure because we just downloaded it. It's only someone who has 10,000 hours would notice. Anyways, is there anything else we can even mention then for the patch? Oh yeah, restarted it so we don't have the thing up. Oh, let's see if it still has the 0 likes. Everyone make sure not to like the post on the forum. Let's see. I want to see if it still has a big 0. Let's see. Actually, let's go read through this. This should be fun. Let's go read through what people have to say about the patch. This will be fun. Let's see. Do we still have a 0? Who ruined it? We have 4. You ruined it. You ruined it. Oh, Granny Gems is one of them. Hey, Granny Gems. Let's see. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Let's see. Was expecting more in 5.0, to be honest. Well, let's hope it's actually interesting in practice. Well, the thing actually isn't that bad. It's just the paywall is the bad aspect. Like, I like the fact we have more tasks. Anything that gives us more to do, I generally like. It's just the biggest issue is the paywall associated with it. Then there's that. Wow, not even some balance? Yeah, that's I'm still surprised on. Oh yeah, I'm not logged in. I can't even like if I wanted to. Let's see. We're also planning on changes so you can still earn the Forge Scrolls that you need. Oh yeah, they're still adding more Tower of Doom so you can still get more Forge Scrolls, which would be nice. However, I'm not sure if we're getting any more Doom weapons anymore. We have yet to get confirmation on that. Hold up. 75 diamonds, 3,000 souls, 300 color jewels, 3 celestials, 34 kingdoms, blah, 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 blah. For all 34 kingdom weapons that are designed to help low mid-level players. Let's see. I'm not sure what he's meaning by that. Oh yeah, that comes out to oh yeah, that's the total resources that comes out to. That would still help out lower players, but it's pretty pricey for what it is. Because even if they're $5 each, it still adds up to like 150 something. But that is a pretty low amount of diamonds. Wish they would have done the diamonds a bit higher. Let's see. Yeah, the rewards for the lowest pass is really, really bad. Actually, we can go show the rewards for the lowest pass. Here are what the rewards for the passes are, by the way. Actually, it'd be easier if I open it up this way. Let me actually go show them. We've showed it in the past, but let me go show it right now. Since we don't have as much to really go over right now, I might as well go show all the rewards. Keep in mind, these are subject to change. However, let me see if I can go find them. I think they were underneath this thread, if I'm not mistaken. I think these were. Where was the link? Does anyone recall what thread the link was for? Oh, I think it was on the discussion thread. Here it is. No, that was a humor one. Where was the discussion thread that was underneath that category? Feedback, here it is. Oh, whoops, I did not mean to do that. There it is, feedback. Wait, where'd it go? I know there was a post that had all the things. There was a full one that had like every single one on it. Where'd it go? I could have sworn it was that one. The feedback one. Was it not this one? No. I thought it was under that. Maybe it wasn't. I should have it. Oh yeah, I'm not logged in, and I completely forget what my password even is. Honestly, would have to completely reset the thingy. Yeah, it wouldn't have been posted here. Does anyone recall the link to it? Actually, I might have it on my other computer. Let me go get that real quick. I might still have it open on the other computer. I might still have it open on this computer. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, maybe I don't. Never mind. I thought I did have a tab open of it. I want to see all the rewards again, so we can go show them in exact order. Could have sworn I had a tab open for it. Apparently not. If anyone finds a link for that, let me know. It's going to bother me now until I find it. Must find it. Yeah, I found it. There it is. 1.5 discussion thread unofficial. Let's see. 1.5 discussion. There it is. Found it. Okay, here are all the rewards. Found it. So, here's the reward breakdown. I knew I had a link set up for it. But it gives you those diamonds and the epic weapons, though. It doesn't give you those diamonds to get all the weapons. It just gives you the weapons during those passes. The diamonds aren't made to get the weapons. The weapons are given to you from those things, from when you buy them per kingdom. Otherwise, you just need to get them at a later time in Soulforge by crafting them every single week. There's a blue orb offer for 700 gems. That's not worth it. Definitely not worth it. A blue orb is, a small blue is worth about 500 gems max. But here are the rewards. So here's the breakdown. Is the battle pass $5 or $10? It's $10, but it lasts for 10 weeks. So it's $1 per week. So theoretically, it comes out to less than $5 a month. It comes out to $1 a week, which is technically cheaper than most passes, but it is still a paywall pass. And here are the rewards. So the top one is the free one, and the bottom reward that has the lock over top of it on those areas there are the ones that are not free. So basically, this category right here, can you see my mouse cursor? I'm not sure if you can. You should be able to. So like all these right here with the stars right there directly over them, these are all the ones that are free. And then the ones in this bottom area over here and over here in each of these categories are the ones that are going to cost you money. At minimum $10, which is $1 per week. So as you can see, the top rewards are pretty horrible. The only main thing you really get from them are the artifact upgrades, which will give you more stats over time. So that's pretty much it. You'll notice across most of them, there's pretty scraps as far as the resources are. However, as far as the bottom is concerned, you end up getting a lot of unique drops, like an absurdly high amount. So here we have a title, so that's 25 gems right there. Boom. We got a Devil's Bane, a weapon right there, so that's a bunch of diamonds, like 300 or whatever it is to go craft that and all that. Boom. You got yourself a little pet, which you'll get enough copies to eventually max it out. I believe this pet is cosmetic. However, it's still a unique pet that you get for doing the pass. Which honestly, if more stuff was like this, that would be ideal. But it's not. Portrait, so that's 25 gems. Boom. We got in, I believe this is an epic troop, 4 copies of it. Eventually you get enough to get all of them to get it maxed. And that's one of the things. Wait, why can I not go to side? There we go. So next category, another hammer. So that's 300 diamonds as well as the other resources. Boom. More copies of the pet, more copies of the other thing. I have no clue what a rune set is. Another portrait, that's 25 gems. More copies of the pet, more copies of this troop. Heart of Rage. This is something you would have to open event keys for. I mean, sorry, not event keys. This is something you'd have to open vault keys for. This is a vault troop, unless they're going to be changing it. So that's going to be really annoying to try to get. Though if it's as common as Cedric, it shouldn't be as annoying. But you'll be able to get a copy of that from this. As far as that exact value, it's hard to really pinpoint a value on it. However, it will take anywhere from about 10 to 30 vault keys probably to try to obtain the Heart of Rage by normal means after the fact. So do be mindful of that, as it is a vault troop. Other than that, we just get more copies of the pet again, and then we have the Paywall Mythic, which is saving you 4,000 diamonds. That is an absurdly high diamond saving, though it does require you to complete out the entirety of the campaigns. And then if you're paying for the Elite Pass, you also get some additional rewards, like some gems down there, some keys, and a vault key all the way at the end. Not really too enticing, though the main benefit from having the Elite Pass Plus is to be able to get all this content a whole week earlier than everyone else. But it does give you a whole major purple orb as well as this other small little bit of loot, assuming you go all the way. But that's the full loot breakdown for at least the very first week. This is subject to change. They could have changed a couple things around or whatever they end up doing with it. But this is what it was when they did a preview of it last week. And this is likely what it will be once it goes into goes live starting next week. So that means next week we will have these rewards, which means Devil's Bane will be available, and I'll be going over on Wednesday. Because that'll be available. So, yeah, we'll have that to go and kind of go over. Though, let's see. What are all the things that you'll be able to get a whole week early? So here's everything you'd be able to get a whole week early if you spent the extra money. You'd be able to get the... these you would already have. You'd be able to get the rune set a whole week early. No clue what that is, actually. But whatever that is, you'd be able to get it a week early. you'd be able to get Heart of Rage a week early. And you'd be able to get the Epic maxed a week early, assuming you're not using a blue orb for it. And you'd be able to get the Mythic a week early. So there's only 3 things, technically. Epic being maxed a week early, the Mythic a week early, and Heart of Rage a week early. Technically, nothing else is really a week early that is consequential to anything. But yeah, just those 3 things are the only things that Elite Plasma... Oh, and the Ruin Set, whatever that is. Those are only 4 things that would get a week early then, technically. That are actually important things. So yeah, the normal pass is perfectly fine. Or just no pass at all. We still don't know exactly how difficult it will be to get all these things after the fact. However, we might make a full breakdown of what that would actually cost. Because, yeah, it starts to get pretty high in resources. Like, if we break down what every single one of these costs, once we can click on them, we'll be able to break down an exact amount of costs that it will probably take to go and get them. Based on what I can currently see, it looks like it'll take, let's do a gem count. We can kind of get a kind of general figure right now. So it's going to take, how many gems? 25, 50. Let's see, what does the gem cost come to here? 75, isn't there 100? Wasn't there another one? Is there not a second title thing? So there's 75 gems on the bottom. There's the pet, which you just won't ever be able to get. Then there's this thing, which will be, what, 300 diamonds plus the other things. So you can basically say 300 diamonds. Between the 2 of them, that's 4,600 diamonds because the Mythic plus the diamonds from that. So that means basically 75 gems, 4,600 diamonds, some vault keys, some normal keys, and a few other knick-knack resources is everything that you would need in order to get all these main rewards by not getting the pass. The only problem is a lot of these, based on what they said, probably won't be coming until like a month after the pass, which means you'd have to wait almost 3 months to be able to get this content for a lot of it. Or something like that. We'll have to wait and see, because they didn't really mention it that well. But, yeah, that seems to be how it's set up overall. Very weird, to say the least. Is level 9 Delve Chest the max? No, it goes to 10. However, it is impossible to get 11 and 12, even though it's theoretically, mathematically possible. It'll always only default back to a 10. But no, 10 is the highest it goes. But if you ever get 11, it goes to 10. And if you ever get a 12, it goes to 10. So 10 is the highest. It is theoretically possible to get 11 or 12. However, it'll just be a 10. It downgrades to a 10 whenever that was to happen. But yes, 10 is max. It's pretty rare, but it does happen. But anyways, that's pretty much everything. Anything else we should go read through here? Any other funny comments people are mentioning? Let's see. I'm not going to read the super long ones. Yes, the rewards for the free pass are horrible. That's a lot of words to describe very little. Boo. Wait, what was the boo specifically at? Guild Wars will continue to be every 4 weeks. However, it will now run at the same time as other events. Oh, yeah. People already hate Guild Wars, and now you're going to have to do Guild Wars on top of other things. Get used to disappointment. Let's see. Players who do not purchase a weapon or have already completed all the quests will be able to get in one of 2 ways. Let's see. You wish each notes was able to be voted on separately. Oh yeah, every single section of it. Let's see. We'll bring the ability to submit tickets in game in the future. Let's see. Oh yeah, I never did bother reading through that section. It was all pretty irrelevant though. What was Kafka mentioned? She's one of the devs. Not even some balance. We plan to do balance changes separately in an update in the future. Oh, okay, so we did get confirmation. We are getting a balance update soon, TM. But it's going to be soon, TM. Isn't today. But Kafka did confirm we're getting balance. Oh, Kafka mentioned it'll be in Soulforge after 3 weeks. Okay, that's good. That's not too bad. If it's guaranteed in Soulforge after 3 weeks. That's not that bad at all. But it's still 4,000 diamonds that they're basically selling for $10. Which is a lot of pay to win. That's an absurd amount of diamonds, I mean. Let's see. Oh no, they could take Firestorm away again, I know, right? Help new players who are willing to buy the packs. I know, right? It doesn't actually help new players unless they spend money. Let's see. We don't know the actual rewards until the campaign starts. That's not actually true. We know all the rewards right now. They're right over here. These are all the rewards, unless they're subject to change, but these are likely to be all the rewards. They showed it during the spoiler stream, and these are likely to still be the case unless they make tweaks to them. However, this is very likely to be the official final results of the rewards, and they are very likely not to change. Or I wouldn't think they would, though there is a possibility that they might have tweaked it. Let's see. Anyways, I was just kind of mentioning stuff. Anyways, in other news, let's go take our tribute. Let's go finish through the event thingy and go from there. Since unfortunately there's not much to do with this patch immediately. However, there is a lot to go over next week if nothing else, since it'll be our first campaign ever. So basically the breakdown of how I'm going to be going over campaigns is Mondays, we'll probably be playing a lot of campaigns, Mondays and Tuesdays, because we'd probably be able to passively get them done and get pretty much everything done within those 2 days. Then on Wednesdays, I will go over what the 16 tasks are for the campaign. So if anyone has not completed it by Wednesday, I'll be going over an overview of how to do all 16 tasks every single week. And then we go from there. And also we'll do a video going over the thing probably on Thursday. I don't know. Maybe it'll be included on the Wednesday video, actually. But we might do it that way. We might do it on the Wednesday videos, start off by going over the thing, but then go over the 16 tasks and end up doing it that way. End up working out pretty well. Also, Simpleman, can you please post your question instead of saying last question, because I have no clue what your question is. I've seen you say last question like 3 times, but I have no clue what your question actually is. So I cannot answer your question. Can you craft the Kingdom weapon? Yes, you will be able to craft all 34 of the Kingdom weapons. The Broken Spire one already being available. They'll come during the weekly event. So let's say we end up getting a Blighted Lands weapon. The Blighted Lands weapon will be available on the next Blighted Lands weekly event. So if 5.0 is out now, is there anything new to do this week? Currently, no. Because all the new things that came in this patch are associated to campaigns. And the first campaign does not start till Monday. So no, nothing new is immediately available to do. What do you say about that you don't have all weapons anymore for a whole year? Yes, I will not have all the weapons for about a year or so. Because I need to wait till every single kingdom comes back around in order for us to go craft all the new weapons. I don't really mind, because all the weapons are probably useless tier weapons that you would never actually use in endgame, because they're all epic rarity weapons, which are likely to be very weak weapons. Very few epic weapons are ever viable. I believe there are almost 0 epic weapons in the current state of the game that are actually viable. Actually, there might literally be 0. I can't think of a single one. Praise Seeker is kind of okay, but you basically never use it compared to other options. But yeah, pretty much epic weapons are useless. And they're all epic rarity weapons. So they're likely to be dead content anyways. They're just for collection purposes. And I don't mind waiting a year to go collect them all. Because if you try getting them all immediately, it'll cost you upwards of like $150, which probably most people will not do. And I have no intention to buy them. What is the Pure Faction City of Thieves team? You use 2 of the Legend, 1 of the Mana Generator, 1 of the Skull Spammer. I forget all of their names. But you use 2 Legends, 1 Skull Spammer, 1 Mana Generator. The Mana Generator is the one that negates their gold. The brown-blue one that negates their gold and gives you a bunch of purple or something. I know what they all do. I just forget their names. But that's the way you do it. And you need to go into the battle, final battle, having 1 Legend, 1 of the Mana Generator, and 1 of the Skull Spammer. If you can get into the final battle with that, you should be good to go to be able to get it done. Wait, Pansville weapon is available right now? Hold up. That's good info. Thank you for mentioning that. Hold up. Hold up. Yeah, you're right. So they cost 75 diamonds, 300 a color jewel, 3 celestials, and 3,000 souls. You're correct. What does it do? It removes all green gems, deals damage to an enemy, boosted by greens removed at 3-to-1, which is a horrible boost ratio. And if the enemy is from Pansville, it deals double the damage. So yeah, all these weapons are going to be useless if they're all set up in a similar way. They are completely useless weapons, so let's go get it. Yeah, there's not another way to get it, right? There shouldn't be any other way to get it this week. It should only be in Soulforge. Also, there's another weapon in Soulforge only for today. This one's available for the entire week. But Night Dagger, if you want to go get it, is only available today. You can also get it from completing through the event. or sorry, if you do the current City of Thieves event, if you buy enough packs, you can also get it that way. However, you can also craft it. And it's only available today, and it won't be available for a while. It's completely useless, but if you want it for collection purposes. And similarly, if you want to get loot of Val, we will be getting a new epic weapon pretty much every single week going forward for the next 34 weeks, or assuming there's a unique kingdom every single time. So do make sure to pick up this weapon every single time, since these are weapons that everyone doesn't own unless you spend $5 for the thing. So do make sure to go get them. They're completely useless weapons, but yeah, I'm still going to be getting them because we need the weapons. But every single week we'll pretty much have a new one of those, assuming weeks don't repeat. So over the next 40, 50 weeks, we should probably be getting all of them in. Probably 40 weeks. Obviously, there'll be some amount of repeats. Anyways, let's keep going through the faction events. And we'll have the big code very soon. Probably as we get close to the end of City of Thieves, we'll hand out the big 5.0 code. But yeah, not too much to go over with 5.0 though until we actually have Monday, when the first campaign starts. Because almost the entirety of this patch, like 99% of this patch, is campaigns. But the first one doesn't start till Monday, next Monday. I was hoping we'd get some amount of rebalance that we could work on immediately, but we didn't get any rebalance, and they confirmed it's going to be in a later patch, not in this patch. Oh yeah, we could go into all weapons now underneath unowned. They might be visible now, or they should be. Let me see. We should see like 32 weapons that we don't own. So if we go to unowned, yep, here they are. There should be 32, right? Let's see. 8, 16, 24, 36. Yeah, 36. Oh no. Wait, why is there 36? That's more than one per kingdom. Oh, sorry, 32. Never mind, I was right. I did math wrong. Because 8 and 8 is 16. Another 8 and 8 is 32. And my bad. So yeah, there's one per kingdom. There's 34 total. One of them is available right now from Pan's Veil. Broken Spire one was already available in the past, so a lot of people already have it. And then there's one other one per kingdom. So yeah, there's 34 total. Broken Spire already existed. Pan's Veil one is available this week. So it is currently possible to have 2 of the 34, not counting flash offers for weapons, which I will be buying none of. We'll just be unlocking them as they come around, because that's when everyone will have access to them anyway, so it'll make sense to go over them then. Plus, it doesn't cost any money. But yeah, I believe they're all do basically the same thing. They all remove all of a certain color, deal damage, 3-to-1 boost ratio based on that color, and deal double damage to the kingdom. And they all seem to do the exact same thing, just removing a different color and being associated to a different kingdom. They obviously have different affixes and stuff like that. However, they all seem to go along that exact same premise as far as remove all of a color, deal damage to an enemy, double if it's from the kingdom, and 3-to-1 boost ratio off of that removed gems. So overall, as epic weapons normally are, they are all useless. You would never use them at any point in the entirety of the game. They are simply for basically collecting. Let me go upgrade this weapon. Oh wait, they're legendary weapons? Oh no. This was the weapon I forgot to go upgrade. Never mind. This is from the weekly event. That's from raids or something. This is the one I meant to go look at. Oh my gosh, I got a lot of weapons I haven't been upgrading lately. I need to go do that. But this is what the loot has. What does it get? It gets Bless Self. It has deal 5 damage to first enemy and has 4 life. There we go. It's maxed. Hey, we're exactly 420. And let me go upgrade these other weapons I haven't been maxing out from the other few weeks. Make sure not to accidentally upgrade Mang. That'd be a massive fail. But let me go upgrade all these weapons. I should have enough things to do it with. I think we will. We have 5,000 something. I think we will not run out. If we somehow run out, that would be absurd. We can upgrade over 100 of these things and not run out and still have a surplus. Okay, let's make sure not to accidentally max out Mang. Okay, next one's Mang, so skip over that. And then one more. Okay, and now we have every weapon in the game max, not counting Doom weapons, and not counting Mang, because it's deliberately not upgraded. But if they're not adding any more Doom weapons, we'll finally be able to go get all the Doom weapons upgraded, which would be pretty cool. Do we actually have all of them in the game now? Do we have all of the hammers now? Let me see. Let's look up Heavy Splash. No, we're still missing one. And then we'll officially find out if we're getting any more Doom weapons. But we're missing one single Doom weapon, and it is the green heavy splash weapon, which we don't currently have yet. Yeah, green heavy splash we don't have yet. Why not upgrade Mang? It saves about half a second to a second every single time you cast it by not having it upgraded. It also makes it so you don't end up creating a red or whatever it does, which can sometimes backfire. It's not too big a deal if you upgraded your Mang. However, in long term, it's actually better to not upgrade it beyond 5 than it is to upgrade it. Because not only does it take an ever so slightly more amount of time to cast it, but it can also do an effect on the board that can sometimes backfire. And the chance of it backfiring is way higher than it will give you a benefit, even though it could theoretically give you a benefit. So it is technically better to keep Mang not upgraded and only do it to 5. And the reason for 5 is just give you stats without getting many affixes. Let's keep going with this. Let's keep going. It's not too big a deal if you upgraded Mang, though. But if you haven't yet, it's actually better to not get it beyond 5. You can get it to 5, but not beyond it. You don't think you have a single doomed weapon? You get them mostly from the Doom events. They can be a little pricey earlier on in the game, though. Because not only do they cost a really high amount of diamonds to craft in Soulforge to get the older ones, but if you want to get them whenever they come in through Soulforge, they cost, whenever they come in through the Doom event, they cost 500 gems towards the event, which is the most amount of gems you have to put into any event in order to get your unique drop, as far as weekly events are concerned, which does make it the most pricey event to get the minimum all rewards. Because most events cost you around like 300 or so, but Dooms cost 500 to get the weapon. And the main reason for that is the weapon's a higher rarity. It's the rarity above Mythic. Which now we have more things that are rarity above Mythic. Zugoff is now considered the rarity above Mythic as well. You'll never be able to upgrade troops to that rarity. However, we now have officially the first troop that is above Mythic. It is Zugoff. And we are likely to get more into the future. One that is likely to come out through that way is really high Renown. Once Renown gets really close to almost max, probably once we finally have 30 kingdoms into the game, which I think is 30,000 Renown or something. I forget the number that would be. Maybe it was 40,000 or 50 or something. I forget the number for that. No, it's higher than that. It would be 75,000. Somewhere around there. But whenever we finally get that, that's likely to be a Doom rarity troop, or whatever that red border is now called. Technically, they applied it to every boss, but they were called Dooms earlier, so I'm not sure what their official name is these days. I'm just calling it red border probably for now. But currently, the only red border troop is Zugoff. However, the second one to come into the game will very likely be the one for having 30 maxed delves. That has not been confirmed, but if there was anything that would be added to, that is likely to be the next one. Yeah, it's just a cosmetic thing. Though it's theoretically a rarity. In the sense that it's, they're harder to obtain. Because Dooms are the same way to Doom weapons. They're technically the rarity above Mythic for weapons. And they cost more diamonds in Soulforge because of that. But yes, the main purpose they did it was to identify all bosses in order to have a red border. So now every boss in the game now has a red border. However, that means player-owned troops will also have this red border. The Doom weapons won't, though, whenever you use a Doom weapon, because it still goes over your hero's border. But I mean that in the sense that we are likely to get really hard to obtain troops into the future that will still be able to have that red border because they'll be considered bosses and have that higher rarity thing. And now they have a special identifier for them. Did honor get a change? It now matters who honors you. Honor, I don't think I tweaked. I didn't see anything in the patch that said otherwise. Unless it was in that one big block of text, which I didn't bother reading. Mostly because it just had stuff that was pretty irrelevant. But that's also pretty irrelevant if honor got changed. But generally how honor works in the past, and probably they might have just amplified it a bit more, is it's better to get honor from a wide variety of people than it is to get it from one single person. It's always been that way, but they might have amplified it so it's even less effective to get it from the same people over and over again. Doomed Glaive, yes. Doomed Scythe, I forget when that comes. But Doomed Glaive, I believe, is next Monday. As soon as campaign hits, it's going to be Magrim Woods week. And when it's Magrim Wood week, that means it's going to be Doomed Glaive. Because you'll be able to get Doomed Glaive during Magrim Woods, which is arguably one of the best weapons in the entire game. I would even say it's the best Doom weapon in the game as well, as far as all the Doom weapons are concerned. Main reason for that is it has Scroll Spam, it has Entangle, it has full AoE damage, and it has a Storm into its own color. It has a lot of value going into it. But yeah, you'll be able to get that on Monday. No, Scythe isn't next week. Glaive is next week. Assuming Magrim Wood is still next week, it's Glaive. Because Glaive is from Magrim Woods. Oh, you mean the week after next week. Okay, I see. Yeah, I didn't check to see what kingdom that is, so you might be correct. But yeah, next week is definitely Doomed Glaive. But the second week might be Doomed Scythe. I didn't check. There's a lot of good weapons back to back. We got Yasmin's Pride this week. We got Doomed Glaive next week. And if that is correct, then we have Doomed Scythe the following week. That's a lot of good weapons back to back. I would say if you had to choose between Doomed Glaive and Scythe, though, to go Doomed Glaive. If you had to choose between one or the other. Oh, we got Cedric. I keep not taking him immediately. It's like one of the whole points of this delve, and I'm not even doing it. Taking the immediate Cedric for the good value. Because he definitely has good value. Also, at the end of this delve, we're going to hand out a juicy big code. Since I haven't done that yet. And if anyone still has any questions about 5.0 or anything, do let me know. Make sure to go over. But yeah, not as much as I thought to go over immediately. But we're going to have a billion things to go over once Monday starts. And as I mentioned earlier, for any of you that got here a little bit later, the way that we're basically going to go over campaigns now is on Monday we'll still do all of our normal things and probably not mention too many things about campaign. I might mention a little bit more about it this week just because it's the first week of it. However, on the Monday night and Tuesday night streams, which would be also tonight normally, you know, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we stream every single night at that time on YouTube, here on YouTube, we will basically be doing all those tasks, all 16 tasks. And then by Wednesday, we should have all the tasks done and know what they all are. And because everyone gets the exact same tasks, that means on Wednesday, I'll be able to cover a video on two things. One is whatever, or they'll both be in the same video though, most likely. One is what all 16 tasks are and the optimal way to do all 16 tasks, if it's not already obvious the way of doing it. And the second one will be going over whatever new thing we get. In next case, it'll be a weapon. Some kind of useless weapon, most likely. However, it might be a legendary rarity, so it might not actually be useless. We'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, we'll be getting a weapon. And we'll be going over that on Wednesday as well in that video. So we'll basically go over those two things. And that's basically will be the breakdown then. So it'll basically be Monday night and Tuesday night streams we grind for the 16 tasks. Then by Wednesday, we should have them all done, explain how to do them all, and go over whatever the unique drop is, if any unique drop came out. Though to keep in mind, whatever unique drop is locked behind a $10 paywall, which lasts for 10 weeks. It's not $10 each week. It's basically $1 a week. $10 for the full duration. I personally don't agree with it, and I would honestly just get them for free after the fact and not worry about getting them immediately. But however, since we have a YouTube channel, I will be buying those passes every single week in order to have them immediately. I will not be getting an Elite Plus pass, though. But we will be buying the basic one, so we can cover it every week. And at least get all the rewards a bit earlier. Oh, that's not the one. Let's see. Go for that. Get our Ruane in there. You do get some rewards from the free. However, no unique reward is free. Here are all the rewards that you get. But all you get is just resources from the free pass and the artifact upgrades. But the artifact upgrades are just temporary stats. And as far as the permanent loot that you get, they're all pretty lackluster. You get some glory, you get some trait stones, you get some epic ingots, you get some souls, you get some pet food, you get some various trait stones, you get a small amount of keys, you get some maps, You get some shards. Really, 170. What a weird amount of shards. Isn't that enough to make 1.7 diamonds? You get some more keys. There's a gem key in there, here and there. Event key as well in there. But as you can see, the rewards are pretty lackluster as far as what you get from the free rewards. The only thing that you really get for free that's noteworthy is the artifact upgrade. The artifact upgrade is probably the most relevant thing you actually get from the free rewards. A lot of people are actually opting to skip over it completely and not even bother with them. Which is a strategy you can do if you go for the free rewards. Because theoretically, the only good thing you get is the artifact. And if you don't really care about having those higher stats, you can technically just skip over it completely if you're just going for it for free. Because the other loot otherwise is pretty bad. You mentioned last week trying to get the passes for free from the devs. How'd that go? Haven't gotten any confirmation one way or the other. Though we did get codes. Hey, level 10 chests. We were just talking about how that's the highest chest earlier. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Otherwise, I'll just be buying it, the basic pass for $10 every single time. Which isn't too bad, but I prefer not to. But we gotta show it for content. I would still overall advise not buying the pass, to be honest. Only reason I'm mainly doing is for content reasons. Especially if you're all the way in endgame and already have pretty much everything already. Because you'll be able to get everything pretty easily. Once they rotate around. Because then the resources are exceptionally hard to go get. The hardest thing will be the mythic, which they said won't always be the case that there'll be a mythic. But that's 4,000 diamonds. And apparently it'll be available 3 weeks after the fact, the mythic. So if that's the case when it's going to be in Soulforge, then that's not too long of a wait to have to wait, only 3 weeks extra. Though if it's meta for Guild War, that could be really annoying. Because that means a bunch of people will have it for Guild War early. Whereas other people will not have it unless they paid money. And the people that paid even more money will have it a whole week earlier than all the people who paid normal amount of money. Is the card presentation darker in this patch? I haven't noticed. Looks the same tint to me. Looks about the same to me. Oh yeah, also before I forget, at the end of this delve I'm handing out a code. The big juicy 5.0 code. I'm not sure how many of those I even have left. But as soon as we finish out this delve, we will make sure to go hand that out. And then we have 2 more delves to go finish out. Do you have other 68,000 diamonds? Please tell me your ways. Or how do I have over 68,000 diamonds? Because I've been playing this game since launch, and I've been able to get every single mythic the second it came out, so I have never actually had to spend diamonds on mythics. The only mythic I've ever spent any amount of diamonds on was to get a 4 Fairish Raw, just for the sake of making a thumbnail that had over 1,000 soul gain, back when it was possible. It's not actually possible now. But it was fun to do for a battle. Now I think it only goes to like 700 something or 800 something, because you don't have a few other bonuses that used to exist. But yeah, I've never actually spent diamonds on a mythic other than Fairish Raw once to get a 4th copy. So that's why I have so many diamonds, because I never need to use diamonds. Because I've been able to get every single mythic upon its release. So I've never actually needed to spend diamonds at any point. I guess we'll do this one. That's the only reason why we have so much. But yeah, I have an absurd amount of diamonds right now. I have enough to almost make 2 years worth of mythics. That's how many diamonds we have. You have to keep in mind, I have a bunch of shards as well, which I haven't used, which can convert to diamonds. But I have very close to being able to craft 2 years worth of mythics. Though normally we just get them off of keys. And by normally, I mean always. There hasn't been a single time where I haven't opened it via keys. Like, this is going to be a really weird battle. Oh, never mind. That wasn't as bad. Have I ever spent real money on this game? Yes. About $250 total so far. And apparently another 10 every 10 weeks now. Or I should say 11 weeks. But yeah, we spent some amount of money on the game. It's around $250 or so. Over the course of 5.5 years. What's the most money I've ever spent on a game? Dota 2 I've spent about 700 on. However, I profited thousands, so that wasn't technically spending money. But if you're counting any game that I spent money and the game money was just completely gone forever, it was probably RuneScape, the entirety of just everything related to RuneScape and their affiliate site Fun Orb at the time, which was pretty fun. They had a few decent games on that back in the day. It's been completely shut down though these days. I think it was officially shut down last year, actually. Surprised it even survived that long. But anyways, I think over the course of everything Jagex related, mostly all in RuneScape, I think it came out to $500, I want to say. And that's the most I've ever burned on a game. Though I've been playing that since like 2001, 2002 or something. On and off. I don't play it currently, though. There's some amount of money around there, I think. Maybe it's closer to 400. So those are the two highest I've ever spent on a game. And Gems of War is at third, at the current 250 or whatever it is. Somewhere around there. Yeah, monthly subscriptions definitely add up. That's what RuneScape mostly did. That's just a lot of monthly subscriptions. Like the entirety of like that 400 or so is like entirely monthly subscriptions. Let's see. We'll take that over. And ended. Though luckily, old school RuneScape has a way to buy membership for free forever. You can grind out membership for free within about, I'm not sure based on the current economy, but I know when I was playing it about 2 years ago, you could farm a whole month of membership in about a day. And by a day, I mean like if you played for like 8 hours or 10 hours straight. But it wasn't that hard to actually farm membership. There's even AFK methods that could get it in a week, where you could AFK for like about 5 to 10 hours a day for like a week, doing some kind of method. Or there's various ways, and you could get free membership for an entire month by just doing that. Because there was a thing that you could buy in game with gold as a gold sink in the game. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Oh, I just realized I forgot to get handout code, the big code. I said I would do it at the end of Delve. I forgot again. Let me go do it right now before I forget again. Big code time. Big juicy code time. The 5.0 code. The super juicy code. The super mega juicy code. Also, we're almost out of super mega juicy codes. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Did I copy it properly? Should be. Does it work? Oh, code does not exist. What? What do you mean does not exist? Oh. I added extra space. Mega fail. I added an extra space. It does exist. I was gonna say. Even the forum adds random space sometimes. But there you guys go. Here's the good juicy code. Make sure to go use that. I think it has even less claims. So, and given how many viewers we have, it might die within like 3 minutes. So go claim it. But yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by. Hit 150 viewers. Very nice. Greatly appreciated. As most of you know, we stream every single night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about 2 hours prior to now, every single day, going over Gems of War stuff. So definitely feel free to stop by. And here's the juicy code. Normally I have one that only has a gem key in it. However, this one has 500 souls, 25 gems, and 5,000 gold. It's basically the equivalent of 3 normal codes, essentially. Alright, there you guys go. Nice big juicy code. Enjoy, everyone. Also, we finally hit over 20,000 gems again. Took us forever to repair that. Well, we're finally above. The reason we dipped under was because I went and bought a bunch of level 2,500 delves just to get them done really easily. And that's why we dipped under. But now we haven't been needing to do it, so it's been starting to repair itself slowly. And also, I'm not going to be gem syncing into those campaigns, most likely. I'll just be getting them up normally. And go from there. Anyways, let's go finish out this event. And definitely make sure to do so. City of Thieves is really good value. Assuming you're not camping it at level 20, which is the most optimal thing to do. But if you've already done City of Thieves up beyond that point, definitely make sure to get these battles in. They have better loot than any other kingdom in the game. City of Thieves is the best overall loot of any delve. So definitely make sure to get on that. Oh no, this is the annoying submerge room that makes them say they have submerge every single time they cast. It's going to slow down the entirety of this delve. But it's a 1.5 times multiplier. Yes, as Bill mentioned, definitely feel free to like the stream. Helps out a lot. Would be greatly appreciated. And definitely make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. You just got here. Did you hear you say we have to pay to play Gems of War now? No, you don't have to pay to play Gems of War. It's just a paywall for future content, or some amount of future content. But no, you can still play the game 100% for free. And we will be making probably additional guide videos soon, kind of going over more details on how to optimally play the game for free. However, they are locking quite a bit of content beyond paying now. And while it will be possible to get it after the fact, as far as getting it immediately, it will cost directly money now. However, it's only a small amount of content. And most of the normal things, like the mythic that we get every single month and all the normal stuff that we get, and most of the content that you would normally see throughout the game that already exists, will still be free and obtainable by normal means. However, there are some past stuff that if you want to get it immediately when it comes out, will actually cost some small amount of money, which will add up over time. No, you do treasure rooms last in delves. Unless they're a really, really high multiplier, you should always do them last. The only exception to that is Cedric Room. There's really only two exceptions. The 1.4 times multiplier legendary treasure room, because it's such a high multiplier that you normally take it first, or among one of the first few. And the Cedric Room, because it gives you a bunch of gold going throughout the entire delve. Those are the only two rooms that are treasure rooms that you tend to do before all the other ones. Otherwise, you tend to save treasure rooms for last. One of the main reasons you might see me doing it a little bit earlier to delve is just because I'm just trying to go for a little bit higher multiplier, but which we kind of could do there. But normally want to do all the non-treasure rooms first. Do you recommend a $10 pass? It's pretty good value, but overall, I don't know. It's weird. I kind of want to discourage getting it in the sense that if enough people don't get it, they would make changes to it. So if a lot of people like boycotted it, then they might be more willing to make changes to it. However, it is pretty good value for $10 for only $1 a week. Like, you get quite a bit out of it if you keep up with it the entire time. You still need to make sure you go and complete through it all. But just the mythic alone that you get at the end is worth the entirety of the $10. Not even counting all the other stuff you get along the way. Also, you could theoretically temporary boycott it too. Like, not buy it initially. Hope over the next several weeks they make modifications to it. And then buy it later, and you still get all the rewards. It was mentioned in the thing that if you buy it at a later time, you still get all the loot. So if you decide after the 8th week of the campaign, a few weeks before it ends, you're like, oh, I actually do want all these rewards. Then you could just spend the $10 and end up getting all those rewards up to the point that you're at, as well as all the future ones for the current campaign. But I'm hoping a lot of people don't initially buy it, just so they'll be kind of forced to make tweaks to it that don't make it as paywall-y. Let's see. I will be buying it immediately. This is the cover content for it, though, for people that do buy it. I'll only be buying the basic one, though, so we won't have the other ones a week early. But there's only 3 things you would have gotten a week early. The Heart of Rage, the Mythic, and whatever that runic pass thing is, or whatever that thing was. I have no clue what that does. Hello, Medieval! Yes, happy 5.0 day. Make sure to go use that code. I'm pretty sure it's probably dead by now, but we just posted it a few minutes ago. Really juicy one with bigger loot for the 5.0 update. A sinister way to get every person to VIP 20. But yeah, buying the pass every single month comes out to a lot of money if you break it down. You'd have to buy it, what, about 5 times a year or so? So that means you have to spend about $50 to $60 per year on Gems of War. to make sure you keep up with that loot. Of course, it's optional and not mandatory, but it adds up over time. You basically have to buy like a whole game worth of value every single year to keep up with all content for Gems of War now. You can still technically do it without it. However, a lot of people will probably opt for it. I don't know, we'll have to see how it pans out. Do you get VIP points for it? Yes, you should get VIP points for it. I've yet to see a 100% confirmation, but I'm like 99% certain you get VIP points for it. I don't see why you wouldn't. Yep, no problem for the code. And that should be Delves complete. Let's go double check. Because this place has really good multipliers. You should get done in that interval. And let's go claim our Vault Key. And hope we get something good. Ah! That's a bad sign. We got double green. Come on, it's in our Vault Key. We got a double Vault Key and a Vault Key thing earlier. Oh, that would have been a horrible team to use. That would have been awful if I accidentally clicked on that. Where's my Explorer team? Let's go quick kill this. So if you earn 1,000 stars, then buy the pass in week 10, what happens? You get everything. You would get every single one of the rewards immediately. Or, you know, because you already have them all the points. So, you know, you'd get it immediately in the sense that you've already gotten all the points and then you would get all the rewards. As long as you do it before the thing ends. It has to be specifically before it ends. So it has to be on week 10. It can't be on week 11 after it has already ended. It would have to be during the duration of week 10. There's no way to get more than 1,000 stars unless you buy the Elite Pass Plus. Okay, please be blue or purple. Yeah, nice. We got a minor blue. Didn't someone say they had like a minor blue in their thing for 700 gems today? We got it for free off of very good luck off of the event today. Nice. There we go. Actually, what was our flash offer today? Did we get anything good? No, they're trash as normal. This is the only one that's kind of good. However, I already have more event keys than I would ever need, so it's not really that good value for me. But this pack is actually really good, especially on 25% discount, if and only if you need event keys. Because the actual gem value exchange for this is insanely good value. However, it's only insanely good value if you already, if you don't really need event keys. I mean, if you do need event keys, I mean. But then again, I don't know. Glory keys technically come out to a gem each, don't they, in value? Somewhere's around there. So theoretically, that's actually worth it on 25% off, isn't it? Even if you don't need event keys. Contemplation. I don't know. Is that worth it? Ignoring the event keys. Is that worth it? 20 gem keys is 180 gems. 20 glory keys at most is like, what, 18 gems? No, that wouldn't be worth it then. No. Because that's only like 200 gem value then. If you completely ignore the event keys. Yeah, that's not worth it. I'll probably just pass. Because I don't need event keys. And the reason for that is we have 7,445 event keys. I have more event keys than I ever know what to do with. I would honestly convert them into half as many gem keys. And I'd be happy. Got way too many of them. We're never going to run out of event keys on this account, most likely. Do you use your vault keys right away when you get them? All of them beyond 200 I have been. Because I already have a surplus, so if they ever make a change to it, we already have so many vault keys that we'll be able to. Lately, all the vault keys I've gotten over the last few weeks beyond 200, I've been using immediately. However, I've been keeping 200 on reserve, just in case we ever get an update that tweaks them in any way, shape, or form. Also, if you're not buying the passes, you're going to need a vault key now in order to get whatever vault-related troop is added during the passes. I'm not sure if there's always going to be one. However, we did get a legend in the vault pass in the pass this week, or this month, or this season, whatever it's called. So that's, you're going to need a vault key for that at some point into the future. When it's in the vault key drop table, I do not know. I'm not sure if they're going to announce it or what when that's in the vault key drop table, but it will not be in the vault key drop table immediately. It'll have some amount of delay, and you will need a save for those if you're not buying the pass. But I'm mostly saving them for when an update occurs that possibly rebalances vault keys. It was kind of hinted at in the past, like about a year and a half, 2 years ago, however, has yet to be done, like many things. But I still hold out just in case. So if it ever happens, we can cover it with a bunch of vault keys, because obviously it's really hard to grind those out otherwise. So I keep a nice big reserve of them just in case. Hey, you got the Pure Faction done for City of Thieves, I assume. Nice. Very nice. Anyways, anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, I believe that's pretty much everything we need to go over. But yeah, it is officially now version 5.0. We still got the... Hey, they finally fixed the portrait thing. Oh, it's a summer imp. Yeah, before it was completely broken. They finally fixed it now. Aha! Yeah, they have that thing. It's obviously not worth it. You can just get it at a later point. The, these things. But if you wanted any of these, you can get them in like a few months. But if you really wanted them now, they're available now. And we get a free thing and soon. Both of those 2 times. But, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. See if we get anything too enticing there. Probably not, but nothing else. At least we get 2 free ones, which will have like 25 gems or something. But hey, it's better than nothing. So do make sure to claim those when those do roll around on the 19th and 26th. As you will get some free loot. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much everything with 5.0 to really mention at this point. We'll have all these rewards coming in over time. The very first week we'll be bringing in Devil's Bane if you pay the $10 pass thing. And it comes out to $1 per week, and I will be covering that. And he also gives some kind of weird title thingy. The Demon Slayer. But obviously the weapon's the most relevant thing. And then the following week, the most relevant thing is we get a new pet thing. Then the following week is we get a new, I believe that's an epic. Then the following week we get a new weapon. Then the following week, nothing too special. We just get more upgrade for the mythic, for the epic. Then the following week we get whatever a rune set is. Then the 7th week we get more copies of the epic, which are also a pretty dull week. The following week's also a pretty dull week. We just get more copies of the cosmetic pet and the epic. And then the following week after that, for the 9th week, we end up getting the Heart of Rage, which is a legend that is going to be in Vault Keys after the fact. And then we get probably the ultra most controversial thing, a mythic, on the final week. And yeah, that's all the things. And if you buy Elite Pass Plus, all of them from week 5 to 9, you can get a whole week early. Or sorry, and week 10s, you can also get a week early on week 9. So all these you would get a week early from 5 to 10. So any reward that you see from 500 to 1,000, you get a whole week early from having the Elite Pass Plus thingy, which is mostly relevant for whatever the rune set is, Heart of Rage, and the Mythic. Which that's probably the other really big controversial thing too, that you can super pay to win, literally getting content a whole week early, which is a really weird way. I knew from the beginning that Elite Pass Plus would probably be the most controversial thing. Apparently, it's probably more so the fact that a Mythic even exists in the pass in general. But, I don't know, I still feel like that's one of the other bigger controversial things. That Elite Pass Plus can just get you things a whole week earlier. Not everything, but a lot of the content will be a whole week earlier due to Elite Pass Plus. We'll have to see how it goes over. And I will not be buying the bigger pass. Unless they give it to me for free. Otherwise, we're just buying the base pass. But anyways, any other questions, anyone? Any other anythings? Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow we're having the Pan's Veil pet, nothing really too special there. And we'll be grinding out a bunch of things. And we'll probably also be finishing out raids. Actually, did we even do any raids today? I don't think we did. We'll go do that tomorrow. And get a bunch of raid battles in. Yeah, I didn't do any raid battles. So we'll get more raids in tomorrow. Pretty straightforward week, though. Pretty easy with the Trickster as well, since you can just, like, mang into Trickster, get really big heavy damage, and then boom, it's dead onto the boss. So it ends up working out pretty well. When will I buy the pass? Immediately. Assuming they don't give it to me for free, I will be buying it immediately as soon as Monday hits. We won't have all the points till probably, like, Tuesday night or Wednesday night, because some of them might even be day locked, so it might literally be impossible to get it done on Monday without spending gems. But, yeah, we'll be covering them all on on Wednesday. Wednesday, we'll be doing a video every single time going over all 16 tasks and whatever the unique new thing is for the week. So, for example, next week would be a weapon, some kind of legendary weapon we're getting. And not sure how viable it is, but we'll go over it on that day, as well as what the 16 tasks are. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Best of luck with everything. Enjoy 5.0. Ta! And we'll catch you guys soon. Thank you all so much for watching. Greatly appreciated for the continued support. And I will see you guys soon. Also, before I go, I think we have one more question from Scott. Let's see. Thanks for all the codes lately. You recently got Lord of Slaughter from the only 100 gem keys. Congrats. Very nice. Great mythic to have as well. And Wild Queen from 150 event keys. Oh, gosh. Super lucky then. Do you have any team suggestions for each? Lord of Slaughter you can end up doing with... you can basically mana generate for it pretty quickly. We went over a bunch of teams for it the other week on that video. But basically just going for either like a skull spam immediately off of it, like using those empower skull spammers or just mana generating it forward quickly and then getting the skull spam done ends up working out pretty quick. Also, a lot of people are opting for not using it in a first slot and simply using something a little bit tankier up front and then synergizing it that way. You can also do it with Mirror Reflection, ends up working out pretty good to give it both Cleanse and Barrier and Enrage, which ends up making it so it doesn't die while also having higher consistent damage. As far as Wild Queen, I would say your best bet is, there's a couple different ways to go about it, but what did I mention for the video? I know I mentioned one for the video. Where's the Wild Queen team? Did I not mention a Wild Queen team this week? I thought I did. But I use it mostly for Guild Wars, offensively. So here you can see for Guild War Green, we actually use both Lord of Slaughter and Wild Queen here, using an Essence of Evil, Lord of Slaughter, Leprechaun, Wild Queen. I believe I also use it for Brown Guild War, where we end up doing it with Mountain Crusher, Sir, Halley, Templar, and the Wild Queen. This one's a little bit weird of a team, but it's made specifically to try to counter Yagwe Queen of Tanya, which is super popular on Brown Day. And on Purple Day, I use it with a Zugoff build, though you can end up replacing out Zugoff with a hero to make it much cheaper. And it's Zugoff for hero, followed by Green Seer, Wild Queen, Leprechaun, which honestly is probably the strongest one out of all of them. But you can use hero there instead as a frontline tank, though it still has to be a purple weapon. Because unlike other game modes, you do need to make sure you use the correct color in Guild Wars. You are technically allowed to use different colors, however, you will be penalized in points if you use anything that is not the color of the day. But yeah, Wild Queen, mostly used for that. If you're using Wild Queen outside of Guild Wars, you normally use her with Mirage Queen. And the reason for that is it gives it 50% mana start, and it's much better to use with it rather than doing it with King Salinas. It ends up working out much better. So if you are doing that in like a PvP situation or in a Delve, it's though you only can really use it for the lower range of Delve and mid-range of Delve because she does fall off for the higher range. But if you're doing that, you'd normally use Wild Queen with Mirage Queen because it gives her half mana start. And you can then convert all the greens into Doom Skulls with the Mirage Queen as well, which ends up obviously being really good, given that she creates both Skulls and green, which is perfect synergy for a Mirage Queen. And she gives it half mana start off the Elemental thing. So it ends up working out pretty well. But there you go. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. See you all soon, and enjoy the patch. Thank you all so much for